How to make a fortune out of nothing. Learning how to make a fortune out of nothing can seem like an impossible task, especially if you've always believed that rich people either inherit their wealth or benefit from strong connections. A 2019 report by WealthX showed that 67.7% of the world's super rich were actually self-made, and what's most interesting is the rapid rise in this category of the super rich. In the 2019 report, there were 265,490 ultra-wealthy individuals, but that number increased by nearly 10% to 290,720 in the 2020 report. The above data reveals two things for us. First, that it is possible to build wealth from nothing, and second, those who achieve the impossible are doing so with increasing frequency. Instead of continuing to fantasize about the wealth you wish to inherit, we implore you to discover the many ways you can learn how to create wealth out of nothing. Finish reading this article as we'll look at 10 actionable steps you can start working on today. One, educate yourself about money. Our way of thinking is always the first thing to change before we can deal with any bigger shifts in our lives. Robert Kiyosaki said, "Everyone has the ability to build a financial ship that will enable them to thrive in the future, but you must invest your time in educating yourself about money to build a ship with a solid foundation." Therefore, the first step to building wealth from nothing is to invest time in learning about the ins and outs of money and in getting to know basic terms such as income, expenses, net worth, return on investment, passive income, financial independence, and so on. Read books, listen to podcasts and interviews, take courses, follow financial education blogs, and keep in mind that financial education, like any type of education, should be an ongoing activity. But make sure you follow reputable blogs that will provide real information and direct you to resources from trusted investors. Also, read books that help you deal with money professionally to get a regular source of income. It is difficult to create wealth out of nothing without a regular source of income. You cannot invest without saving money. You cannot save money without regular income. This means that people do not build sustainable wealth from Ponzi schemes or betting. Rather, sustainable wealth comes from long-term value accumulation. So get a good job if you don't have one and keep it. If you're a small business owner, stay focused on creating more long-term value. Brian Tracy, self-development expert, said, "Wealth comes from added value, which includes creating a business model that can produce more, better, cheaper, faster, and easier than anyone else." 3. Create a budget. Creating and sticking to a budget is crucial if you want to know how to make a fortune out of nothing. After having the usual source of income we just talked about, you now need to create a budget to control how your money is spent, usually set on a monthly basis. A budget is a financial plan that contains estimated revenues and expenses for a specified period. Everyone needs to create at least a monthly budget to determine expected income and estimated expenses, and living without it can lead to financial mishaps. The most common budget is the 50-30-20 rule, which enables you to formulate a budget where 50% of the income goes to essential expenses such as rent, mortgage, food, and health care, 30% to non-essential things such as shopping, vacation, and entertainment, and 20% to savings and investments. One of the main reasons budgeting is important is that by understanding how your money is being spent, it is easier to identify things that can be cut back, thus building wealth faster. 4. Obtaining adequate insurance. One of the essential items that you should have in your budget is insurance. Insurance for yourself and your main assets prevents you from incurring huge losses in the event of unwanted events. You must have health insurance, insurance for your homes and cars, and for your children and dependent relatives. Building wealth is good, but it will be painful if you lose your wealth due to unexpected circumstances and events. So be proactive and secure the things you value most. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba and the richest man in China, said, "Obtaining insurance will not change your life, but it will definitely prevent your life from changing." You won't go bankrupt for having insurance, but you will bankrupt your loved ones if you don't. 5. Maximum savings. While the 50-30-20 rule is a good place to start, you'll find that you can save a lot if you put in the effort. Once you are committed to building wealth, there will be many items in your budget that you can reduce or eliminate. You won't be alone in doing this. There are many communities that promote maximum savings practices, such as the financial independence and early retirement movement known as FIRE. Jacob Lunk-Fisker, one of the founders of the FIRE movement, proposed a strategy that called for investing 60% to 80% of a person's monthly income. Fisker ended up retiring at the age of 33 and now lives on $7,000 a year outside of Chicago. Fisker and other leaders in the FIRE movement have helped grow large communities based on the success of their personal financial experiments to cut expenses, and they do so in various ways, such as by building and creating the things they need rather than buying them. For example, while saving 60% to 80% of your income may be a very lofty goal right now, it at least tells you that there are many opportunities to cut expenses that you may not have explored yet. Here are some simple ways to reduce your expenses and save more money. Cook at home as much as possible and buy groceries in bulk. Reduce your restaurant budget and use filters on food delivery apps to take advantage of various discounts. Increase the temperature of your room by 1 degree to reduce your utility bills. Choose a DIY training program. If your rent is more than 30% of your income, renegotiate your rent or find better offers. Renegotiate the interest on your mortgage. Remember, it's not so much about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. And if you think the economy is stifling, the words of Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, may help you change your mind. I believe that economics leads to innovation, just as other constraints do. One of the only ways to get out of the narrow box is to invent your own way out. 6. Building an emergency fund. Now that you've learned how to save a significant portion of your income, the next action to learn how to make a fortune out of nothing is to create an emergency fund. An emergency fund is like self-financed insurance money you set aside for unexpected expenses like car repairs and unforeseen circumstances like job loss or a pandemic-induced shutdown. When unexpected expenses arise, the worst way to deal with them may be to take on debt or sell your investments. You pay interest on debt, and when you sell your investment, you lose both the amount you sold and the interest you could have earned had you not sold. To avoid these two scenarios, we recommend that you learn how to start an emergency fund right away. An emergency fund should hold between 3 and 6 months of your monthly expenses. Also, make sure you have this money in a savings account where you can easily access it when needed. Like insurance, an emergency fund won't make you rich, but it will prevent you from selling your investments or incurring debt during an emergency. 7. Develop your skills. There are 2 ways to increase your savings and investments: reduce your expenses or increase your income. While many financial advisors focus on the former, the latter deserves its fair share of attention as well. If you are employed, improve your skills by taking professional courses and immersing yourself in continuous career development. This step will enable you to earn promotions and get better job offers from other companies, which means more income. If you own a small business, improve your understanding of the market, devote more resources to innovation, and deliver more value to your customers. Through this, you will be able to increase your market share and earn more revenue. 8. Explore passive income ideas. Passive income is crucial for anyone who aspires to learn how to make a fortune out of nothing. Warren Buffett, the legendary investor and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, said, "If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die." There are 2 types of passive income: investment passive income and non-investment passive income. Since the next section focuses on the former, we'll stick to an explanation of the latter here. In today's global and digital economy, there are many opportunities to make money. Some reliable and proven passive income ideas include: sell digital products. If you are an expert in a field, create digital products such as books, video, courses, email courses, or paid webinars on topics that people care about. The advantage of digital products is that you only need to create them once, and then they will continue to generate income for a long time. Blogging. Instead of selling your idea as a digital product, you can do this through a series of regular blog posts. Once you generate enough traffic on your blog, you can monetize it through Google AdSense, digital products, paid memberships, etc. Affiliate marketing: instead of selling your digital products on your blog, you can sell other merchants' products and earn a commission on each sale. Affiliate marketing removes the need to create your own product. Dropshipping: with dropshipping, you can sell products to multiple merchants without having to stock them yourself. Consumers will place their order, and all you will have to do is process that order with the product, who then delivers it to the customer. Number 9, embracing passive investing. To build wealth, you need to save and then invest. If you follow the steps above, you are now saving at least 20% of your income and earning more income with your side business. So it's time to combine the two and start investing seriously. Here are some of the best ways that will help you turn your money into sustainable wealth. First, you should know that putting your money in a savings account is not an investment. The only money you should leave there is your emergency fund. Money in savings accounts earns low interest rates, less than 1% in most cases, and can decline when the rate of inflation exceeds the interest rate on your savings. Secondly, timing the market is not a good strategy. It is better to have a long-term investment than to obsess over market movements. The good news is that the market goes up more than it goes down, 74 to 26, which gives long-term investors more opportunities to make a profit. More people lose money waiting for and anticipating corrections than they do on actual corrections, said Peter Lynch, a retired investment manager. Third, because timing the market is not the best way to grow long-term wealth, you can embrace passive investing instead of active investing, especially when it comes to most of your savings. More investors are realizing the benefits of passive investing, such as being cheaper fees and taxes, less risky. With diversification, more transparent, you know what you own, and more profitable in the long run. It mirrors the performance of the index rather than underperforming it like active investors. Number 10, using an automated guide. When starting to invest, investors have to decide how to build a portfolio of all the funds we mentioned earlier. But how much should they buy and when? Which ETFs should they choose first? This can be confusing for new investors. You don't have to worry about all this. With bots, it becomes possible for investors to easily automate their investments by getting a pre-built diversified portfolio consisting of the set of assets that match their objectives and risk tolerance. Automated guides also help you overcome the temptation to time the market and thus avoid emotional investing. Plus, they give you easy access to a structured portfolio that maximizes your return and minimizes your risk. All you need is to keep adding more funds to that portfolio and watch your funds grow within your chosen ETF allocation. The best investment opportunities. Given the above, here are the best investment opportunities that will help you figure out how to make a fortune out of nothing. Exchange-traded funds. Buying company stocks is one of the best ways to build wealth, and the best way to buy stocks is to invest in ETFs that are cheaper, less risky, more transparent, and more profitable in the long run, instead of buying individual stocks and exposing yourself to a lot of risk. ETFs help you diversify your investments without the fees, taxes, and market timing of mutual funds. You can buy stock ETFs that focus on developed markets, emerging markets, and the United States, and you can diversify by market capitalization. Although stocks are riskier than other asset classes, they yield the best returns on investment. With a good diversification strategy, you can reduce risks and earn higher returns. Bond mutual funds. A bond is a debt instrument that governments and corporations use to raise money for a certain amount of interest. Bonds can be issued by corporations, the federal government, or government agencies. Like stocks, the best way to buy bonds is through ETFs. Bonds are less risky but offer lower returns compared to stocks. You can combine them together to reduce the overall risk of that portfolio and get good returns at the same time. Real estate investment traded funds. Instead of risky renting or buying and selling real estate investment trusts (REITs) provide an alternative way to profit from the real estate industry. REITs are stocks of real estate companies that buy and sell real estate, and mortgage companies that provide financing to clients. When the value of real estate or the mortgage company goes up, so does the value of your money.
If you liked the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all new updates.